Do you just ignore him all the time?
Ravager.
Ravagers, people, yeah.
Ravagers.
I never thought she'd be able to do it. With as weak and skinny, God, me.
Ravager. What am I saying?
Franklin, we need an extraction quadrant.
Ravager.
No!
Ravager.
Yes!
Oh, forget it. I'll see you in looping.
I'm Mary Poppins, cheers!
I think we got it.
Stop laughing at me.
Stop laughing.
Oh,
What's that?
what is that? I think it's Kurt Russell.
Easy, babe. That came a lot closer than it was supposed to.
So this is what you're going to see. This is a mix of all the different layers that go into creating a scene in Guardians of the Galaxy. This is a scene we call Southern Nights because Glenn Campbell's Southern Nights is playing, and we have the Ravagers versus Rocket. Now, basically, we go through a number of different levels. Number one, we start with my really crude drawn storyboards, like that one there. And then we go into less crudely drawn storyboards, which isn't that. That's also my storyboard. And then we go into post-viz, which is what these shots are. That's a sort of an early CG way of showing what's happening before we shoot the movie. And then we have a layer without visual effects. And right there is the better drawn storyboards. There's my storyboard. And that's from post-viz. That's from an early layer of visual effects. And then we go into the final of the movie. And so you can see the scene here in different layers of how we put the scene together. This is a company called Trickster that did that. That's, you know, their first version of Rocket. That's a blocking version, and I'll give notes on that until we get to what is eventually Rocket that we see in the movie.
Peter, consider this a token of a father's pride. Memorial to the war over Xandar, when you single-handedly saved the galaxy.
Single-handedly?
It's perfect.
You're kidding me, right?
Why am I dead? Why did you all kill me?
Trax, that's Ronan. That's you.
When was I that tiny?
You were never that tiny.
What are you talking about? I'm looking at me.
You own a planet and can destroy 24 spaceships without a suit. What are you exactly?
Thanks, Captain.
Now just show me how to work this thing.
Well, the turning thing there makes the songs go up and down. Made by primitive people.
That is
Show you
primitive.
some of my favorites. It's got Traffic. That's really good. They have some good songs. Thin Lizzy is a group I like a lot. There's a lady on there named Alice Cooper that I like a lot. She seems kind of angry, but kind of like stuff we felt when we were kids, you know?
Cat. There's a cat.
Yeah.
I'm down, thank you, man. What's up with
We almost died because of your arrogance.
More like because he stole Annulac's batteries.
They're called harbulary batteries.
No, they're not.
I know who the actors are playing the characters this time. I know how to write for them better.
Showtime, a-holes!
We find Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, in that role, which is the guy who's gonna take care of this band of misfits and be the quote-unquote leader.
He does this all the time.
Working with Chris, it's really just been an absolute pure joy.
I'm gonna act my ass off.
I love it.
Oh, my earpiece about to fall off!
And we can always count on him to make us laugh. He's a very positive person. And that all trickles down. When you get number one coming to set who's always in a good mood.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think Chris is a very unique movie star in that he is a combination of being a big masculine guy, but also a very vulnerable guy.
What?
I'm down, thank you, man. What's up with this? Super dead.
Listen, if he ends up being evil, we'll just kill him.
Peter Quill is very clearly in love with Gamora.
Sexual love.
No, I don't.
For her.
No.
He likes her more than she likes him, but not because he's not the one for her. I just don't think she's thought that far.
When are we gonna do something about this unspoken thing between us? Gamora's completely cut off, based largely on her upbringing as a cybernetically enhanced super assassin. It's great working with Zoe. She came totally prepared and ready to rock and roll every day, and she brings a certain sexy sassiness to this character that really no one else could. We got to dance a little bit.
Boy, you need to stop. Shut up.
I'm down, thank you, man. What's up with this? Super dead.
I love working with Zoe Saldana. She's like a big sister to me because every time we're doing a fight sequence and say I'm like strangling her,
Choke me.
she like positions me so it looks cool. Nebula and Gamora have always had a bit of a turbulent relationship. Both of them are suffering from pretty severe daddy issues.
I will hunt my father like a dog and I will tear him apart slowly.
It's a story about sisters and Nebula accepting the fact that she loves her sister and about Gamora learning to love. Karen brought it. I mean, she's an exceptional actress. Off screen, she's a total goofball. But when she transforms, it's instant.
It's not ripe.
I'm down, thank you, man. What's up with this? Super dead.
Drax is sort of the happiest member of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes! Yes! That was awesome!
He doesn't quite understand.
Did you make a...
Dude. And he finds everything funny.
She just told everyone your deepest, darkest secret!
Dude, come on. I think you're overreacting a little bit.
You must be so embarrassed!
Dave Bautista, he's an amazing, down-to-earth dude, and he works his ass off. And he's gonna get a lot of laughs.
Drax has some innocence to him. That's the connection he has with Mantis. This gross bug lady is my new friend.
I'm learning many things, like I'm a pet and ugly. They get along because they have the same sense of humor. I like you very much.
Tom just has this warmth and innocence about her, and she is really in it every moment.
Mantis! Look out!
I'm down, thank you, man. What's up with this? Super dead.
I sent word to Yondu's old Ravager buddies and told them what he did.
We have a better understanding of who Rocket is, and he's evolved.
Rocket realizes a lot about how he pushes people away.
And he stole batteries he didn't even want.
In the first movie, we weren't quite sure how much Rocket cares until the end about Groot, but he really is the parental figure in this one.
No, spit it out, come on.
We learn early on in this film that baby Groot is different than adult Groot.
Out of the way, never smaller Groot!
Okay, baby Groot doesn't have the memories of adult Groot. He's a baby.
I'm Groot.
No!
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
Vin Diesel is back playing Baby Groot's voice.
If you speak lines slower, we can speed them up.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
It sounded pretty damn good.
I put a lot into it so I could wear my voice out. I am Groot. But I enjoy it.
In movie 1, Groot was a muscle for the entire group. In this movie, he's the baby of the group, and everyone feels the need to take care of him. Rocket most of all, but also in their own way, Gamora and Drax and Star-Lord, over the course of the movie, need to grow up and realize that they have a greater responsibility now, and Groot is a symbol of that responsibility.
Oh, I'm down. Thank you, man. What's up with this again?
What? Quill was raised by Yondu.
We laid a lot of track in the first movie with Yondu and who he was.
You know, we're just at each other's throats all the time. But Yondu truly cares about this kid.
You threatened to eat me.
That was being funny!
Not to me!
Michael Rooker is the best at playing that type of character. You don't know if he's going to punch you or if he's going to hug you.
He doesn't know you're shooting at him. Everyone should know that. He does this all the time. How many movies have we made? This is our 4th movie together.
I forget. You learn to deal with people who are a lot worse than me.
Such as?
I can't think of any right now.
You look like Mary Poppins.
Is he cool?
Hell yeah, he's cool.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all!
So big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so long.
Quill, at the end of the first movie, gets Awesome Mix Volume 2 from his mother.
What I think we do a little bit differently in the Guardians movies is that I write all of those songs into the screenplay.
Say, Brandy, fetch your mother around, and she serves them whiskey and wine.
It's not just accompanying, it's very much a narrative tool that James uses to help tell the story.
It's fortuitous you listening to this song. You know, Brandy?
For instance, Brandy by Looking Glass, literally the lyrics are spoken to Quill by Ego.
My life, my love, my lady is the sea.
Brandy is the story of someone who has forsaken love for the sake of what his higher calling is. And it's something that Ego uses to justify to Peter Quill, basically the destruction of the universe.
Peter, this is the sea.
So big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so long.
The Cat Stevens song at the end, Father and Son, is really moving.
It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy.
It's a song about a father's love and words of wisdom to his son, and it's about Yondu and Quill. If the mixtapes of Meredith Quill were her way of communicating with her son, the music on the Zune is Yondu's way of communicating with his son.
I am old, but I'm happy.
You've got Dave Bautista, who's like 6'3" or something, and Chris Pratt, who's same sort of height. These two big guys, and you're standing next to this little 10-inch tall character, and that becomes photographically certainly a challenge. We would always have a stand-in, a 10-inch maquette that we would put down in the scene and say, this is how he is.
That gave me and the cast and everyone else involved a much greater sense that there was this little character there on set all the time.
Oh, man, what did they do to you?
There is something about him that works in a way where your heart just melts. But he's also a bit of a jerk. That selfish, jerky attitude is what makes him work.
he is unbelievably adorable at times. But if he just was unbelievably adorable all the time, it would just get so saccharine we couldn't handle it, because he also does kill people.
Okay, we're set, and 3, 2, 1, go.
Baby Groot might be the star of the entire show.
I'm Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
We're gonna need to have a real discussion about your language.
Legacy Effects created the original sculpt based on artwork created by the Marvel Visual Development team. And once Legacy had created this practical sculpt that everyone bought off on, we then handed that over to our visual effects company and said, okay, start building this. Let's see how he moves and how the internal vines move and how much do you make his face move. The older Groot has a crusty series of panels of wood that you can use to articulate.
I'm Groot.
But we've now got a young, smooth-barked face. So how do you make a smooth-barked face move and animate so it doesn't look like a big stretchy piece of rubber?
Out of the way, dumber, smaller Groot!
Baby Groot is much angrier than adult Groot and is hitting Drax every chance he can get. What? He hates Drax, which is what makes the moment at the end so sweet, when Drax is the one he really wants to go to.
We have a scene here where Rocket is jumping tree to tree. As he jumps from the trees, we have a lot of people on the ground firing him. So we have 8 trees rigged with bullet hits. The camera's on a wire. The camera's gonna move through the trees. We have about 660 bullet hits that we're syncing up with the camera for this shot.
All right, effects is hot. 3, 2, 1, go!
Those trees are all really exploding. But the stuff with Rocket is obviously fake, and then we enhance it with CGI.
This is exciting stuff behind the scenes. We're shooting a raccoon jumping from limb to limb in the forest.
What's going on?
Our visual effects supervisor is surprised there's no raccoon, so I think we might be in trouble.
There's a marriage between practical and visual effects where they work together to create the best effect sequences. Because what you're really looking for from an audience member is for them not to know that's not real.
Cut, okay.
Yeah, cut.
So big and so strong, come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so long.
It'll be just a couple of days. We'll be back before Rocket's finished fixing the ship.
Fleetwood Mac chain, there's something about that, and something about that whole scene where we're just starting to really butt heads a lot.
Let's go.
I'm uncertain about parting ways.
God, you're like an old woman.
Because I'm wise?
It's about the bonds of love potentially breaking and potentially not breaking.
What is your goal here? To get everybody to hate you? Because it's working.
And the first time we hear it, it's sort of about the chain seeming to break.
And if you don't love me now, you'll never love me again.
But the last time we hear it is one of the most intense parts of the movie, and it's about how it's not going to break.
So big and so strong, come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so long.
Music is such an important part of this movie, and that's the soundtrack and the score. I think in this movie in particular, the score is absolutely wonderful. something we do is we write the score first. So Tyler writes big pieces of the score to the script, and then I use those pieces of score on set to play while we're shooting.
We'll play the music.
Playback. Yeah. And action.
Sometimes it allows an actor to go further and be broader and more intense.
Dude, it's in my head, and the music is in my head.
When you have a song that fits the tone of what's really going on between these two characters that are having a moment with each other, it takes you there like so quickly and it moves you.
It allows you to just step out of the way of the music and let the music take the lead.
We're shooting the emotional ending in my headphones, in an earbud within Chris's ear, and an earbud within Rooker's ear. We hear the music that Tyler Bates played for this moment.
And it made it an emotional experience on set because there's so much emotion in that music.
I truly love these characters. That's honest to God truth. And I just love to be able to have a group of people around me, which is this crew, this cast, who are equally committed to creating these characters for the screen and sharing something truly intimate with the world. You look around and realize you're seeing all this for one last time in your life.
It's really nice to pick up where we left off. We have a shorthand with each other.
Do what you would do to stop a bunch of stones from hitting you in the face and tearing you apart.
He's wide open to any ideas that I have comedically. So, this?
Doesn't seem real. Seems like you're posing in front of you. Cool.
Oh, really?
It does.
All right, let me try again. How about?
That looks a combination of trying to look cool and stupid.
The story is absolutely his, but I feel like the character of Peter Quill is very much a collaboration of both of our sensibilities, and he's able to see something in me that works for the character. On top of just being a generous, thoughtful person, he's really good at his job. He's fully committed to making this the greatest spectacle film of all time.
More incoming! Good! I want to kill some guys!
It's spectacular and of another world, yet it's such a movie that you can relate to. Everything seems so human.
Does anybody have any tape out there? I want to put some tape over the death button. Let me check.
Man, nobody has any tape.
Nobody has any tape. Not a single person has tape. Nope.
Like people you may have grown up with or you know. And James just has his finger on the pulse of humanity in that way.
He doesn't compromise the integrity of his work and his craft and his voice.
You're falling and you look up and just give me your face on that camera.
You got it.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's a great direction for directors in the future, is give me your face.
Yay! He's very skilled and he has fun. He has a little too much fun because sometimes there are way too many takes.
Okay, now give me ow, 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 ow.
Try that again.
One more time, that was great.
But he's looking for something and he's not going to stop until he gets it.
Yeah! That's right.